Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Travis, and for the last 3 years, I have been swing trading my account from about $150,000 to a little over $1 million today. I don't do anything complex, and I largely rely on moving averages and basic technical analysis. So here's a look at my entire session. Let's get into it.
All right, gang, good morning. Markets are about to open. Everything's basically flat, and it's probably going to be a quiet day. It's a half day of trading. I just wanted to show you what we got going here. We're basically flat on P&L as well, pre-market. So we're going to be back here and see how things open up. But so far, it's going to be quiet. I expect it to be quiet, but you never know. And I would like to work on maybe getting some of these positions lightened up for the holiday. Another thing I want to mention today, guys, I do my prep for the next day, the previous day. So after market close yesterday, I went through my entire watch list, which is hundreds of stocks, and looked for opportunities that I might want to take today. So I put those into a short list right here below my positions. Today, that's TECK, TECK. It's looking really nice. Big breakout coming here, doing the turn on the daily. So we're looking for a 15-minute entry. CCJ Chemical Corporation is a uranium mining stock. It's getting ready to break out. Looking for a potential entry on the 15. And then Amazon, we mentioned yesterday. I really like the idea of getting involved here. It looks perky. And just seeing if we get the opportunity. A lot of these are extended from the 15 or the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. So I'm probably not going to get aggressive on these today, especially given it's a holiday week, etc. Yada yada. So these are top of my list, top of my mind, but not necessarily today's action. But we'll see how things play out. You never know. You never know. All right, and we're off to the races, guys. The markets are open, and what I'm just watching for is what's lighting up here. Everything Christmas tree-ish right now, and moving around, trying to find its footing. I'll sort these by what's moving the most. SNDK, we put this on yesterday. Yeah, I would love to see this continue breaking higher here. Obviously, we're long, but our first target, 262, I don't expect that to hit today, but this is looking fantastic all around. It's rolling up on the hourly. It's a daily chart. We've shown this. It's rolling up and out of this level. I'll pull it up on this chart so we can get away from this just looks more crisper, all the spots. And so if we can move up and out of this, that would be great. And things are just jockeying for a position right now. And there goes my stop on CSIQ, which is, it is what it is. That was a mess. We covered that a lot yesterday. So we will kill this limit order and we move on. That's going to be a hit to the P&L today. Overall, we took the bulk of it yesterday as unrealized losses. So we're down about 4K right now today and still finding our footing. So we're going to take CSIQ. We're going to put it back down on our watch list. It is out of our portfolio. Moving on. SanDisk is looking strongest. Jumia, Lemonade were hurting us yesterday. Mostly Lemonade. Zoom was hurting us yesterday. Palantir is now going Reddit. I'd like to see that go higher. Lemonade is very close to hitting the stop as well. Yeah, that one's gonna probably get clipped, which is fine. We're clearing positions. We're freeing up excess liquidity for new ideas. We'll check on CCJ here as well. Still consolidating. I'd like to see this kind of tighten up here. And it looks great on the 5-minute though. It does look good. We'll give it some time. TECK doesn't seem ready. CCJ seems the most ready of anything right now. Lemonade still holding in there. It cracks me up when we get this close to a stop loss and don't quite take it out, but I'm expecting it to go. Let's check on P&L just because we're flat. We're flat today. So I don't mind days when we're clear. Some stale inventory like CSIQ and we're still flat. CCJ, I am going to take this today. Let's see. We'll do 1,000 shares. And there's the order for CCJ filled. All right, so for CCJ, I want to be below this from Monday, 2 days ago, and below the 100 period moving average. Seems logical to me. Let's get a stop in there. That is going. So new position, we'll bring that up and we'll see how it turns out. Now, nothing else much doing anything, gang. SNDK is the only. Lemonade's going to take the stop. I know it. I'm just waiting for it to happen. Jumia Our stop's way down here, and this is in profit overall, but I hate seeing this give up all these gains. Yeah, we're down 11,000 now today. There goes lemonade. Bye-bye. All right. Not a big deal. This has just not been able to get started, really get out of this. We made money on this overall. It goes back down on the list. So we're clearing stuff today. SanDisk, our only real mover. Merck is doing well. Remember, this position's actually, we're long from $100.12. This is just a display issue for some reason. So this is doing very well for us. AbbVie was something we bought yesterday. Trying to get moving. Reddit, I don't want to be in this, but it's been a mistake trade. Jumia, down 12. Okay. I'm going to take another 500 of CCJ. Let's do 32. And we just got filled on that extra CCJ. And I'll do another 500, hopefully, here. We'll see. Hopefully on the way up. Let's see how it materializes. I like the way TECK is actually giving some back today. It might not be a today trade, but if this can stabilize between here and the 200 period moving average, it would be looking good in this area. Allows us to keep rolling up. This might take a couple shots of getting stopped out before we catch the next wave, but that's okay. All this looks interesting. 45, 50-ish. If we can come in here and find some support. So staying on the watch list. Might not be today's action, like I said, but definitely interesting. SNDK, SanDisk, it's just looking beautiful today. And this is what we were looking for. There's this roll up yesterday. We actually took this on the 5-minute chart. We got this right here on the 5-minute. We were a little bit high on this wick going for a breakout. But overall, if you look at it, is a decent entry. Stop loss never got hit. This is the original stop loss. And we moved up and out of this just as we were hoping we would. So if this can hit today, that'd be great. That would be a nice quick trade. Now we're only down 8K. Looking better, 9K. Stop looking at it. Merck, it's been so strong. It's been so strong for us. And now it's through these last local highs, which is fantastic. It should be just open from here. If you start looking at this at a weekly, we'll cover this weekend. This is beautiful. So I like how that's developing. AbbVie, new position yesterday, as I said before. It's a nice move up and out. We'll move the stop up today. I'm sure of it towards the end of the day. CCJ, this is what I want to see. We're going to take 500 more. And that should give us a decent starter position. Okay, and then we just got filled on that on 93.85 on CCJ. So we have a 2,000 shares total now. I've got to adjust the stop loss. We'll just put the quantity on it. And we're good to go. Good to go. All right, TECK is looking interesting here. It's not ready for a turnaround yet, but it's getting close to an area where I'd like to start nibbling. I'd like at least 4,000 shares total on this. So I'm going to take 1,000 now and just see how it develops the rest of the day. We'll take 45.77. There we go. And we're in for 1,000. So we'll move that up to the positions. And like I said, I expect to nibble a little more. It gets closer to this 45.50. I'll start taking a little more and then just see how it reacts. I don't expect to get the full position today. All right, guys, I'm adding more TECK. I just realized that I've got my stop loss in here, and I realized that my risk right now is very little. I've got about $2,200 worth of risk on, which is tiny for me. I want to be more towards at least 0.5% of my account. More towards 1% is ideal for me. So we're gonna grab another 1,000 shares now and bump this position up a little bit, with the expectation that we're gonna take more in as well. Do that. So we've got another 1,000 here. Still a modest position, but the logic here is the stop loss is going to be, we haven't been that low since Wednesday last week, and we should get this 200-hour moving average continue to roll up. We've got a lot of potential on the daily chart to just keep moving up into this past resistance. So I really like the look of this one, but I do think we're gonna have to stay patient and just let it work out. But everything's looking really solid here. Going around, let's see. P&L still almost down 17K, but nothing really happening outside SanDisk trying to get us up to that target. All right, gang, I'm loving the look of AbbVie here today. So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna bring this stop up a little bit to just under 225. And the idea there is to finance a little more of the risk that we're about to take. And that is simply nibbling another 300 shares. Okay, well, let's get this to 65. Put that through. And you can see the executions here from yesterday. And I like to be, once I have a solid position, at least, I like to be adding as it moves higher. We'll let that sit, marinate. A little more exposure today. All right, it's 7:40 and markets close at 10 o'clock. So we only have about 2 hours and 20 minutes left in the session, fam. So I wanted to go through real quick. SanDisk is just not quite getting to that target. Don't know if it's going to happen today. Merck looking great. AbbVie looking solid. We just added to that one and we're going to give it some time here. Fine. Reddit has come alive. Not alive, but it's green a little bit. I really like to see this continue to consolidate here and push up if I have the patience to hold it that long. Roku looking green. Zoom green. NTR. This thing just keeps grinding higher. Remember, we tried to get a few more shares, 1,000 more shares a couple days ago, but only got a partial fill, and that's fine. We'll let it keep rocking. Palantir, slightly green, flat, right? I say same thing. And Jumia's come off the lows a bit, which has been helpful. TECK, this is one we've been adding to this morning, or initiating, and that's moving up nice. Or at least having an initial reaction, and that's what I want to see. If this can settle, I don't expect to add more today, but maybe Friday or early next week. We'll see how that goes. But everything else is noise. NXT, I could seriously consider dumping this thing, especially if it doesn't react in the next week or so. But P&L, 3,500, down 3,500. All right, so don't call it a comeback. The day's not done yet. We'll see if we can get into the green. Would be nice. Would be nice to bank something soon, but not yet. So we'll be back. All right, we have about an hour and a half until close, and I'm really liking the way that CCJ is settling in. So we're going to grab 1,000 more shares and let that kind of do its thing. And I'm still comfortable with the stop. We'll adjust the stop and let that go. Everything else is looking constructive. Tech has bounced nicely. I'm going to want more exposure here, but maybe not until Friday, later this week. Everything else is boring out there, guys. So we're just managing what's available, or we're just managing positions, keeping tabs on things, cycling out of some stuff that's hit stop losses and into new ideas, which is great. Let's turn that inventory over. Let's look for things that are on the move instead of stuff that's gotten stale on us. We're getting very close to the close here. We got about 24 or 34 minutes left. And SHLS is the SHLS Technologies, that solar kind of play. I'm going to add this, even though I've been hesitant on solar. We got shaken out of CSIQ. But we're going to take 20,000 shares of SHLS right now. So we have our order in, and hopefully that gets filled. But what I'm looking at here is the daily's just been, I caught this move on December 11th. The daily's been very strong. It's rolling up. The 10 and 20 are rolling up. It's above the 50-day moving average. The moving averages are purely aligned. And the 15-minute is starting to perk up and roll up. I'm hopefully going to get filled here before the close, and we'll add this to the trade list once that's done. And that's probably going to be the last trade of the day. We just got filled a partial fill on the SHLS with 10,200 more to go. I bumped it up 2 cents. Just wanted to see if we could get in there before the close here. So we're going to move this up to positions list, the trades list, and hopefully get the rest of the fills there. They're coming through now. Almost all of it. Perfect. I also wanted to address, in a minute, I'm going to be going through my whole list and moving stops and stuff. But if I want to take any shares off or lighten positions up, I need to do that obviously before the close. Merck looks like one I want to do. And if you guys haven't seen this before, I keep this little risk dashboard. Merck is getting up there towards 20,000. It's in the orange. I want to keep it a little bit lower. So if this reverses, a lot of unrealized gains don't go with it. And remember, our initial cost basis is $112. This is just, you can see the purchases, the buy transactions here. Here we nibbled into it throughout the day. There's the rest of SHLS. So we're going to bring the stop up and get a little aggressive here to 101.93. And I will 101.93. I'll update that in the spreadsheet. And you can see now it's down. That takes us down to 14,340 in risk. But if I lighten this position up a little bit, let's say 2,300 shares. How much? I want to give it too much? Yeah, so let's take off 1,000 shares just to lighten this up and get it below 10K risk level. We'll do that now. And you guys, you want to be selling into strength.
And that's what we're doing here. It's a nice update. This has been having a great run, and we're going to take a little off. But it's a great place to do it, in my opinion, and de-risk and free up capital for new ideas that we'll have hopefully Friday or next week. So this isn't off yet, and I just want to make sure it comes off. Don't have to worry about it. So we'll go limit down to 160, so 65, and there we go. So execution done there. Modify the stop loss, and we're good on Merck, right? Beautiful. Okay, 5 minutes until markets are closed until Friday. So let's go through like I do every single day. I put these in alphabetical order. As I do my risk dashboard, I go through seeing if we can move any stop losses or tighten things in general. AbbVie, this is a very new position, so we're not changing it. It's looking pretty constructive here, trying to move up. Keeping these moving averages are looking great on the 15-minute. ALB, this has been a great trade for us. We sold initial here, stop losses here. Still consolidating nicely. I would expect this trend to continue at this point. It's just been a monster. So I'm going to let the 200 period moving average catch up, hopefully encompass our stop loss, and just no changes there. We've been very patient. I say we, but it's just me. I've been very patient with this one. It's getting close to that initial target, and I think it's time to tighten up this risk. Let's call it right there, 693.79, and we'll update that 693. Update that in our sheet, and now that goes down to just a $10,700 risk instead of 16. So securing more gains without securing them yet. CCJ. We took this one together today. No change. Obviously, we're going to hopefully have this all roll up and ride this as far as we can. Google, consolidated today. We were in yesterday a little bit early. We're playing this mostly on the 5-minute chart. So let me bump that to that. 200 period on the 5-minute is over our stop now, which is great. And hopefully we can get some continuation and break higher here. So we're remaining patient. ISRG. Nice consolidation, 15-minute, and maybe we could take the stop up here, but I haven't been in this trade too long. I'd like to see this break up and get our first target before we're getting aggressive with the stop. So I'm going to let this chill, and let's just look at the dashboard here just to make sure that we don't have a ton of risk. Yeah, we only have 11,000 if that came reversed back on us. So I am very comfortable with that. Jumia, looking sloppy. Still holding the 200 period moving average on the 15-minute chart. This was supposed to break up in my mind. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I could justify cutting it. However, we are still holding that 10 and 20 exponential moving averages on the daily. So I'm going to give this a little more time yet. This is a free rolling position. Not only is the stop loss in profit, but we have taken profits on this and banked some. Merck, you were with me when we already adjusted this. So no changes here. We took some profits. We moved the stop loss up. We logged it correctly, I think. Current stop loss, yes, 101.93. We're risking less than 10K now. NTR, not much movement today, really none at all. And still trying to push for that first target. That said, I think it is time to tighten this thing up. I'm not going to let this reverse on me and give me nothing. So let's put this at 61.14. 61.14 on the list brings us way down. Okay, perfect. NXT, this one's been taking its sweet time, but does look like it's trying to really roll up. 10 is crossing the 20 EMA on the daily, and like I shown on the 4-hour, this is a nice little rounded bottom. It looks very constructive yet, and the 15-minute actually looks like it's showing life. So we're going to give this puppy some more time and just let it work. No changes, even though I would like to decrease this a bit more. Moving on to Palantir, trying to roll up. 15-minute chart looks fine. We have not hit that profit yet. That first part came very close, 7 cents. So I'm just going to let this sit. We're not changing the stop loss at all yet. Holding tight. Reddit, I hate it. I hate that I'm in this. It's sloppy looking. Lower time frames. That said, daily looks okay-ish. It's trying to roll up. I think it needs more time. I hate the fact that I might potentially reward myself for doing something stupid. I've talked about this in previous videos. I'm not going to cover it again, but I'm sitting on it. Right? Not happy about it, but sitting on it. Roku, also slow, messy. See if we can break up next week. The daily looks fine still. 10 and 20 EMAs. Everything's aligned for higher. It's just slow going. New position today, SHLS Technologies. It's rolling up. We just put this on not too long ago, and it does look like we would have gotten filled if I had just stayed patient, like always. But it's rolling up on the 15-minute, appears to be daily, looks good. We already covered this. I'd like to see this 200 period on the 15 start moving higher with us. SanDisk, I really thought maybe it was going to surprise us and get partial target there. We didn't. I'm not going to make any changes here. Hopefully later this week or early next, we hit our initial target. TECK. What a move. You appreciate it more on the daily. Look at that long wick. Of course, now we're wishing we had more, but we can always add to this. We got a great entry with these little bit of 2,000 shares. So happy to add more to this if it comes, but we're not moving the stop yet. Obviously, this is just getting started for us. Tesla, showing some life. Okay, we're closed. Showing some life right into the close. Same type of thing. I'm trailing this on a daily now. I guess we could go up a little bit. I do like today's candle, so let's just take it up a little bit to 463. 463.04. Okay, and entering that in the spreadsheet, now we're down to 8,500 in risk. Twilio and Zoom, our last ones. Twilio, again, I've taken purchase on this. We're free rolling it. The stop on the daily is not quite below the 10 and 20 EMAs. 15-minute looks okay-ish. We need to roll up and hopefully give some space, but I'm not touching any of this yet. Zoom, so I'll be taking its sweet time, much like Roku right now, if you remember Roku, and just trying to roll up. We did reclaim the 10-day EMA today, which is nice, but this one's taking a long time. So if it doesn't get constructive in the next few trading days on the 15th, this would be a candidate to dump and move somewhere else. P&L for the day, let's see where we are. $1,500, right? Really flat. Doesn't really put a dent in yesterday's losses. We're not continuing them either. So that's it for today, gang. Enjoy your Christmas. Subscribe. Do all those things. I'm going to keep these videos shorter so we get all the good stuff in a lot less time. I'll see you on Friday.